This is way back on Monday, but Chelsea came from behind to beat West Ham 2-1. Jules, are you going to call them lucky? Because I will.
Yeah, we can. We certainly the winning goal from a Cole Palmer cross that was deflected into his own goal by a West Ham player over Areola. He's a bit lucky. I thought Chelsea were pretty poor in the first half, not finding any solutions against a very defensive West Ham team that scored a goal thanks to a big mistake by Levi Colwill. I'm not sure what's happening to Levi Colwill. I thought he was a really good player, and actually it's turned out that he's not very good this season. So I don't know. Certainly at the moment. And then the second half was better. The substitution from Maresca, and I think he deserves some credit, worked. Good. Neto was involved on the first goal, obviously. And then that second goal, that was a bit lucky. You take the win considering how bad the form of Chelsea was recently.
You take the win. I don't think the performances have been necessarily as bad as a form.
True.
I do wonder now with João Felix gone, and we'll talk about that later. Even though I'm not the biggest fan. Are they now a little bit light in terms of winger, because you've got the Mudryk suspension, and it's just Neto, Sancho, and Madueke. Yeah. And in the Maresca systems, the wingers have to do a lot of work.
Wondering what Dave Brailsford, or Sir Dave, we should call him actually.
Yeah, you should call him that. Yeah. I don't recognize any of these titles.
Those all day at Manchester United, Gabi, are you wondering? Well, wonder no more, because he's heading up a project called Mission 21. What is this?
So Mission 21 is the mission that's going to deliver their 21st English title. Get it?
I love
That's like Mission 21. Don't worry though, because they believe in equality. He's also heading up another project called Mission 1.
Okay.
Which is for the women's team to win their first title.
That they care so much about. Yeah.
Yes, the one that Ratcliffe is really into. And there's a broader project, I think it's called Project 150, which is to win the title, so to bring Mission 21 to fruition by 2028, which is when the club celebrate their 150th anniversary. Obviously, this is all based on, stop me if you've heard this before, on signing the best young talent around and developing talent through the academy at Old Trafford. And look, everybody's trying to do this. It's a question of doing things. When everybody's doing the same thing, then you got to do things better than others, or you can do them differently. They've decided they're not going to do things differently. They're going to do things better. I think this guy's becoming like a parody of himself, right? After all the stuff, he's a genius, marginal.
Let's give him a chance.
But maybe, tell you what, I know he's cut a lot of jobs. I'm sure there's still a bunch of creative types and communications types at the clubs who can actually communicate and come up with something. Mission 21, stupid name. Mission 1, even dumber and frankly insulting. Project 150 also. Just leave the numbers out. Call it something else. I don't know. Call it Mission Dave. I don't know. But come on, man. Like, and you know what? Even if you have these internal catchphrases, don't let them get out, because people like me will just make fun of you. Just go deliver, get on with your job. Sticking with you. And maybe don't extend Eric Ten Hag in the summer as soon as you come in, and maybe don't go through this whole to-do about getting Dan Ashworth in and then deciding you don't like him.
I warned you, at Nice, he was pretty bad already.
But when he was...
Mission... I don't know what mission it was in Nice.
No marginal gains there? No electric bikes?
Mission south of France. John Duran is no doubt very excited by his move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. However, he may have a problem, Gabi, if he wants to continue living with his girlfriend.
That's right. He has a long-term girlfriend, but they are not married. And
not yet, yeah.
As I understand it, in Saudi, it's very difficult to cohabitate. A lot of landlords won't allow you to cohabitate. If you're unmarried, there's talk of him. Some people suggested, why don't you go live in Bahrain, which is just across the Gulf? Yeah, but it would be like a 300-mile commute every day, which he may not want to do. Funny enough, these laws didn't seem to apply to Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina, who, of course, are not married. But hey.
Are they not married? I
apparently
thought they were married.
No.
Okay. Oh. Gab, Chelsea women's forward Sam Kerr was in court this week facing charges of racially abusing a white police officer after a drunken dispute with a taxi driver.
Yeah, so details of this are coming out. This is a story that it dates back to January 2023. Now people are in court, and I'm going to be very careful to repeat exactly what they said. What was said in court for obvious reasons. So basically, she was in a night out with her long-term partner, who's also a footballer for West Ham. Please for Kirsty Mewis, is that her name? Or
Samantha Mewis.
Samantha Mewis. Okay, Sam and Sam. Yeah. Apparently, one or both of them had been on the sauce a little bit. It was late at night. They were on the drive home. They were in a cab. At some point, there's a dispute with the cab driver. The cab driver says, instead of driving you ladies home, I'm going to drive you to the police station and report you. Cab driver alleges that one of them, presumably Sam Kerr, maybe, was trying to smash the window in the cab.
Yeah, she vomited in the cab because I think she wanted to stop feeling sick and he didn't want to stop. And then there was,
Anyway, when they get to the police station, they speak to the cops. Kerr says, and there's no dispute over this because she admitted saying this in court, she says, you guys are effing stupid and white. Kerr maintains that she was treated differently because of her skin color. And as we heard earlier in the week as well, so supposedly, the police officer is filing this complaint saying, as far as I know, the cab driver is not filing a complaint. But the police officer is talking about the distress that it called them at being racially abused by being called white. And I think Kerr's defense lawyer alleges that, look, he didn't report this straight away. He waited like 11 months afterwards to that. He remembered, she called me white and I'm upset. So we'll see how this works out. It's an ugly situation. I kind of think, and this applies if you're a male professional athlete or a female professional athlete, maybe in season, even if you're injured and rehabbing, as I think she was at the time, maybe stay off the drink, or if you do have your own private driver, or as some very wealthy footballers have, they have people who look after them so they don't get into trouble on nights out.
Yeah.